sets the conditions for your successor.
Yeah.
Traditionally,
must
it's like,
win in a dance contest.
A dance-off.
Traditionally, oldest child, youngest child, winner of a card game, could be winner of a dance contest.
Just we take just a huge dice, like a D1 million, and we just roll, and we'll see whoever comes up, and we have a census with all the people of the empire, and then we just take that one.
I mean, what I'm basically hearing is you want king-based lottery.
Yes, it's very egalitarian. Very good performance. Let's see what I can perform. Can Amanus perform dancing? Let's find out.
You got the charisma for it.
Oh yeah, pretty decent. Oh yeah.
And Amanus even remembers all the dance moves he was taught when he was younger.
Yes. Oh, Sarah's too drunk.
She was so amazed by Amanas's performance that she tripped.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately, over Valky's 2 feet.
Vickers comes over and is like, she's like a skunk. Like she's just draining the punch bowl. We need to carry her out.
I'm not drunk. What are you talking about?
No, that I won't. I saw you drink everything on that table.
You know how sometimes there's modifiers like impossible lie minus 20?
Yes. Well, we are recording. Welcome everyone to the last session of Blood Bonds for the year. After this, we will take a bit of a holiday break in December, and we'll be back in January, I believe. But that is the plan.
That is indeed the plan. But yes, welcome back to our Tale of the Ashen Court. Not sure how long today will go on for, but we will have a bit of adventure regardless. As a note, just up front, I will be using a little bit of music today that has been sourced from the Foundry tabletop community. Creator is Ian Fisher. We'll be putting his link to him in the description to his stuff because he's given us permission to use his music. So, yeah.
All right.
You hear that, YouTube? Fucking hear that?
Yeah, his only condition that we'll give him a shout out and put a link in the description. So we can do that.
I could probably give me a link and I'll put a link in there.
Anyway, when we stopped last time, we had been resolving the council business, I believe, for week 4. But there was one bit left to resolve. Okay, I believe Vickers had a task he was doing.
Yes, indeed.
Would you like to remind the class what you were up to?
Yes, he was working with the good old mother to try and excise the Jacob spirit out of the pocket watch, and had tasked Lady Mizara to come help if she so wished.
She will come along. She's not sure what use she'll be, but she will come along.
Well, he'll tell her, if anything happens to him, then he'll make sure that it is permanent. He would not like to be controlled.
So if you get possessed, execute. Understood?
Yes. Leave nothing to chance.
She can definitely arrange an execution. It's one of her talents. Okay. You've already spoken to the revered mother, of course, and she has agreed that she will do this. Now, in the understanding that you will be summoning a vengeful spirit.
Yes.
She does not want to do this in the middle of the keep for the people.
Makes sense.
Therefore, she's going to take you to one of her nearby church sites that is significantly less populated at the moment. Thankfully, she has the perfect location. Her new chapel in Sorkai, which no one's moved into yet.
All right.
As it seems like as safe a place as any to, do this. As you head northwards, going past all of the various buildings under construction, you see the new watchtowers being manned by guards, and you do see the steady flow of people into what is now the birthing of Sorkai. its rebirth. But indeed, following the directions, it does find you to the once elven dance hall that has been converted into a new temple.
Yes.
This part of town not seeing much activity yet, with few moved into it, but well, that's what makes it a good location for this. You make your way in from the snow, like taking all the snow off your boots, kicking at the door. Most of the halls are currently empty. There's large rooms for religious services with nothing in it. But you were invited by a familiar face, Sister Fiona, to come through to the back room for the service.
All right. Let's go.
Sister Fiona invites you into the chamber here, beckoning you to follow. They've done their best in a short time to renovate the location. You see several small murals on the wall that's been hastily made over the last several weeks, depicting that of the Radiant Church. Though there's definitely still traces of the elven architecture, and vines, despite the cold, is happily growing into the area. Though that's not that uncommon to see in Sorkai. As she beckons a hand for you to follow her.
I can't because it's paused. Okay, thanks.
At the end of this short room, you see the revered mother standing there with her cane planted on the floor, both hands resting atop it. Are you prepared, Vicus?
I am.
As I mentioned before, a spirit like this will not go peaceful.
I am prepared for all eventualities.
That is good. We do not know what it will do, but it will certainly attempt everything it can not to be exercised.
Then, are we both ready?
She nods. Fiona will be providing wards to keep us and the town safe. Mizara grimaces for a moment. I'll do my best to keep you warded, Vicus, from,
He nods. Thank you.
As you take steps closer, and takes a deep breath, holding a very heavy tome in one hand. This book, you could probably use it as a heavy mace and probably easily knock someone else with it. As she unfurls the holy text, as you see pages of writing which you cannot read, but it's clearly some kind of religious script, along with depictions and various clearly magical writings on it. Please hold out the object.
We'll do just that.
Hear me, O Lord of Light. He who guides us from time to end. With ashes come and ashes gone, and your galloping horse to guide the way. A spirit be laid trapped here, trapped beneath that which it died. I call you now to free its soul and give it respite within your domain. As she begins to speak, the pocket watch is starting to rattle in your hands violently.
Oh, he's gonna grip on as hard as he can.
O great horse of light, and its shadowed steed, O guide us through your eternal weave. But the time has come for all to rest. Spirit, come forth. Eternity is all that's left. And almost ever answering, though perhaps not by choice, you see a light begin to shine out greatly from the watch in front of your hand. As you do see a form begin to pull out. Yes, the spectral form of the boy which you remember seeing before, out in the ruins near Sorkai. This ethereal glow. As it just kind of hovers there and stares straight at Vicus for a moment. As if paralyzed, not able to do anything. But as the mother continues her chants, its eyes open wider. Vicus,
Yes.
for you, everything suddenly grows darker. As you suddenly feel the spirit's essence try to grab onto you.
Okay.
As you feel this ethereal energy move into you. You're used to feeling otherworldly energy, but it's almost for a brief moment. You are not you. Actually, perhaps more than a brief moment. Yes, everything suddenly just goes dark. But as Vicus reopens his eyes, he isn't where he remembers being. He's not in some chapel somewhere. Instead, Vicus finds himself waking up on the ground somewhere. He's not sure where, and your head's really foggy. There's a distinctive loud tapping noise. A kind of a sharp metal tap, 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 tap. Very familiar to you, just tap, tap, tap.
Well, if he hears it, he'll go towards it.
Vicus makes his way to his feet, though he feels oddly. He doesn't feel all there as he kind of wanders along. And almost each step almost feels a little bit bouncy to you. As you move up ahead, and what you bear witness to is a large chamber full of glistening. Well, there's not much else to say than glistening crystals. I hope everyone can see the picture.
Yes.
You fully recognize what these crystals are. You've seen them before. You have been in a place like this before. Long, long ago. Though these are very refined ones, and very rare to find veins this pure. These are all mana crystals around you. What must be thousands of gold's worth of mana crystals dug into the rock face. And almost immediately as you kind of step in, your stomach feels heavy. A feeling is also familiar to you. The blight filling the air. Just even staring at the crystals briefly hurting your eyes with the sheer quantity. But what you see deeper into the cave, on various platforms and around the edge, appear to be dwarves mining away, digging up chunks of the rock and putting them into minecarts.
Does he
you really-
recognize them?
Not directly, but you feel like you recognize them. But you don't know where from. You can't name them. But something feels weird to Vickers as he kind of approaches closer. And you see some others move past. You see a couple of humans go past, all dressed in heavy, all dressed in this kind of like very heavy cloth, and wearing these kind of face masks on them, clearly trying to protect themselves from the blight. But you come to realize those humans are very tall compared to you. Jeez, the dwarves are also quite tall. You're suddenly bumped into by a familiar face who then kind of stares at you and blinks. As Vickers briefly spends a moment, almost kind of bunched to the ground a bit, knocked over by the sudden jolt. Kind of face to face with the same boy which you saw in the Spirit of the Pocket Watch, Jakob. But he stands there not as an ethereal green glow, but just looking like kind of your average 7-year-old, though covered in like heavy gear. As he kind of briefly says some words that almost kind of rush past, perhaps for this brief moment for you, apologizing, as he quickly rushes off deeper into the cave.
Oh, can I follow him?
You can. You try to pick yourself up and follow. As you kind of run down the cave to follow him. As you pass the various veins of crystals, something ends up catching Vix's notice, though. Wherever you are, whatever the situation is, as you stare into the crystal that you just run past, you see a familiar face staring back at you. A relatively small individual with a small scar on his cheek. And it's a tiny burgeoning horn sticking out of the top left where his cap was.
It's me.
Just for reference to everyone else, though. But yes, as Vickers stares, he sees a young version of him staring back. You couldn't be much older than Jakob right now. A year or two at most, at least looking at the reflection.
It's something unsettling, but right now what's more important for Vickers is to continue to follow.
You continue to follow, rushing through the mine. Though perhaps it's a little disorientating to realize you're in your old body? Young body? As you kind of arrive kind of the end of kind of a long pathway, an intersection where you see multiple minecarts all kind of meeting up, and a large hand-pulled elevator for the minecarts, where you see various ones being loaded up and being slowly cranked to the surface.
Right.
Yeah, you see Jakob up ahead, currently speaking to some of the dwarves. You think they're some of the prospectors? One of them giving the boy a kind of a ruffle of his hair. Clearly praising him on something. You think he's probably just running deliveries down here. Not that uncommon.
Very familiar, Vickers.
As you see a couple of copper pieces dropped into his hand, as the boy kind of just grins to himself, kind of pulls it in close and starts to make his way, seemingly kind of up the ladder towards the surface.
Well, we go as well.
How's Vickers feeling right now?
It's since he saw himself, it's almost as if there is a huge flood of memories that keep wanting to kind of rise to the surface, and almost involuntarily he's having to entertain them piece by piece of himself as a young child working in mines such as this. And it's almost as if every time something reminds him, it hits him like a brick, and he feels even heavier. As small as now he is, he feels even smaller. It's something that he's pushed to the back of his mind, and it's been many, many years ago, but now it almost feels as if he's there once again.
Does Vickers remember back perhaps when the horn first started developing?
It was a very tumultuous time for him, and perhaps good memories, but yes, also bad. But as strong as these memories are, there's some shred of him that still remembers he has a purpose here. And so he continues forward.
Vickers presses on forward. Can you please make me a charisma saving throw as you move on forwards?
Yes.
Okay. As Vickers pushes on outside, you see the various normal hustle you'd see outside a mine like this. The various stockyards all set up helping store materials. A couple of merchants who've made camp outside to pick up some of the freshest of supplies. But what you also just see, though, is just various dwarves and just a few groups of humans just kind of relaxing in the kind of the outside air, taking a nice breather and enjoying nice mugs of heavy ale. You're high up on the cliffs at the moment, from what you could see. As you kind of move out, trying to look for wherever Jakob went. And up ahead you see it. You see him. Off closer towards the edge of the cliff right now. Seemingly with a few other children around his age. Though some older, one in the young teens, but most of them on the younger end. Seemingly just playing around in the snow right now without a care in the world.
Well, Vickers will try and get closer to him.
Vickers makes his way closer. In the backdrop behind over the cliff, you can see what's definitely the towering city of Sorkai in its old glory once ago. This tall, towering city. The spire, which you do recognize, at a distance, kind of pulsating a magical energy, and you can see like there's kind of like shimmering shield around the city. That doesn't make sense. Shimmering shield around the city? It's odd. The city was supposed to be dead at this point. Investigation for later?
Perhaps.
But you do make your way closer. As Vix does so, is he just kind of like loitering towards the edge of the group, or is he going to actively do something?
Well, he's going to basically call out to Jacob if he can speak. He hasn't even tested that yet.
What, did you just call out his name? Or...
Yeah.
You see him kind of briefly stumble a little bit in the snow, a little bit caught off guard as his name is called, before receiving a snowball pelted into the side of his face. Some of the other kids laughing and him kind of chucking one back at them.
Yeah.
He kind of steps towards you, tilting his head a little bit. Hi? Do you want to play?
Hi. Well, kind of thinks for a moment and says, Jacob, we shouldn't be here. Both of us.
Huh? He looks confused.
Whatever this is, whatever's happening, it's not real.
Not real? Kind of tilts his head.
In this form, does Vicus have any control over his powers, or not?
You're not sure. You feel like tinglings of them, but you're not sure how strong they actually are at the moment.
Alright. Well, he will say, maybe I should just show you. And then he will try and reach out with his mind and try and connect with Jacob.
Trying to think for a good roll here. Can you just make me a flat intelligence check?
Yes, I can. Check or saving throw?
Either or. I'll be fine either way.
Oh. How did inspiration work again? Do I need to use that beforehand?
I'll let you use it now if you want to.
Yes, I believe a reroll might be nice. 15.
As mentally you kind of reach out, and there's this brief kind of moment where there's just blankness, and then you suddenly feel the connection snap back at you very sharply as you see Jakob's eyes kind of go very wide for a moment, as clearly something,
Yeah.
clearly that got through to him a little bit as he kind of looks panicked.
We...
Who are you?
I'm Vicus. I am... Well... I'm trying to help you.
No. Get back! You see him start sprinting off.
Come back! I'll go after him.
As you begin to follow him sprinting down the icy hillside.
Yeah.
Can I get an acrobatics roll?
You sure can.
Vicus is able to keep pace without hilarious consequences. As you see him running down the hillside towards a familiar riverside house that you recall. Well, Riverside House Trading and Put. You know the place.
Yeah.
What Vicus also sees, out of the corner of his eye with his high perception, you see moving through the forest in the distance, elven banners in the breeze.
Oh dear.
Since you rolled well initiative, is there anything you would like to particularly do here?
Well, is it possible to basically catch him and try and keep him hidden? Because I know where he's trying to go, and I want to stop him from getting there.
It's not the easiest, to be sure.
Yeah.
He's running fast, and he's not particularly wanting to, stop for you, which really means your only choice is going to be probably just to try to tackle him.
I mean, I have a small form now, but I'm going to try my best. I'm probably going to have to tackle him.
If you want to stop him from getting them.
Yeah. I mean, it's snow-ish, ice. I mean, should be fine.
I believe grapples would come under athletics.
Potentially. I'm not great at them, so I will give it a try. Let's see. I am a kid.
As Vickers tries to tackle him, but kind of just ends up eating a face of snow.
Yeah, I figured.
As you see him sprint his way down into the... Well, you see him get down towards the river clearing. You can, of course, pick yourself up at your feet and try to sprint down as well.
Yes, he's not going to stop. He's going to keep trying to
But
get to
very
him.
much a scene which you remember before begins to play out as you kind of enter into the clearing.
Yeah.
You see elven soldiers arrive. Jakob and his guardians flee into the building. You can hear the sound of barricading on the other side. As you can see, a proud-looking elf, kind of long silver hair, begin to slowly approach the door of the building.
I mean, Vicus knows what's going to happen, and he wants to try and stop it. So, given there is an elf approaching the door, he would want to try and attack, or at least distract, or something. Whatever he is capable of doing, he's going to try and do it. So, if he has the initiative to do so, he would like to attempt to manifest a blade and throw it at the elf.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
All right.
As Vickers goes to chuck one of his blades at the elf, he sees that he make contact, but wait, that wasn't a blade. A snowball hit?
Ah.
The elf, however, does he's in the middle of casting his disintegrate basically, and just stops and looks at you. And there's this kind of brief pause where almost just the entire world seems to stop for a second. And suddenly just, the elf in front of you, actually the entire elven group, all just seem to just melt into snow. Then everything else around you does as well. And suddenly you just see yourself standing face to face with the ghostly form of Jakob just floating in front of you. Who just kind of has his head hung very much like the guilty kid with his hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah. I want to help you.
everything's so dark?
Well, maybe I can help show you the way. And Vicus will stick out his hand to him.
That's because, well, he takes your hand. So, at that moment, Vicus suddenly kind of snaps back to his kind of real-world senses. And as Vicus kind of eyes readjust, the revered mother is just standing there with an amused look on her face. One hand on her cane and the other hand just kind of going up and down to clap that kind of idle hand.
What happened?
The spirit came out and attempted to take control of you.
He'll look down on himself. Are his faculties his own?
It appears to be you. At least examining yourself, it does. Now,
And
well, for a moment there, we were unsure what was going to happen.
well, I, for one, was on a bit of a trip myself, but did we succeed?
Yes, the spirit has been exorcised. Though you may wish to go and sit down for some healing magic in a minute. As Vickers looks down at himself and realizes he has a rather large set of stab wounds in him.
Ah,
You took 17 damage.
ouch. Okay.
You did attempt to attack us.
I am sorry, but
Well, your companion over there kept us safe.
he will bow a little bit to Lady Mizara.
Though you did appear to also stab her a little bit. As you see a slight burn from radiant damage on her cheek.
Ah,
But, nonetheless, this was a... You did an admirable job. And the spirit will... Well, the spirit no longer roams in these lands.
Vicus kind of looks down on himself. Is the pocket watch still on him, or?
You're still holding the pocket watch, though it looks different than it did before. The pocket watch no longer had that kind of blackened scarring around it. It kind of almost looks like it's lost some of its shine as well, but no longer has any of the kind of blackening or darkening around it. And no strange feelings from holding it anymore. No eternal cold.
I see. Well, good luck on your journey, Jakob.
As that will complete this journey. Yakkel's pocket watches will be removed, and instead it's going to be replaced with the Blessed pocket watch.
All right.
The Blessed pocket watch no longer has the ability to cast slow on others, but no longer has the curse either.
Oh, that's very good.
Of course, it can still be used to cast haste on yourself.
That's great.
The item can be found inside of the item category on here.
All right.
In addition, I'm going to make down that one failed charisma save for later.
Yep.
So the effects that are mostly negated for the fact that Lady Mazara was also helping.
Yep. All right.
Does Vickers mention any of what happened to anyone in the party as he kind of goes back to the council?
I think first he would search for Amanus. And just, I suppose it would be the first time that like Vickers would come to Amanus and kind of give him the look of, I need to talk to you as a friend, not as a council member.
Oh, I see.
Um,
I mean, sure. Amina certainly recognizes the look.
and you know, Vickers will just lay bare what happened and kind of, I guess, just vent a bit about. Amanus already knows some of this about his past life as a miner, but it brought up bad things.
Yeah.
And right now he's certainly emotionally vulnerable. And so Amanus is the one he will confide in first. But the information about Sorkai will definitely be shared to all. And I think that's prominent. But the more intimate, intricate parts, perhaps for now, he'll keep it close.
When Vickers comes before Amanus and tells a story, Amanus will certainly listen, but Amanus will also cast his divine sense upon Vickers to see if there is any trace of ghostly, necromantic, or other evil like lurking on him. You know, battling a possessed pocket watch. Amanus knows a thing or two about the undead, and they can sneak in if you're not careful. So, just see if you can sense anything.
You definitely sense the ghostly cling that clearly shows someone who has recently had a spirit in kind of attempt to grasp them.
Mm-hmm.
But you do not sense a second soul.
Well,
It does appear that the spirit was successfully exercised, if barely.
Nods to himself. He will also reach out towards Vickers, and his hand will start to glow in that healing light that he can produce, and will heal up Vickers' wounds. By the end of that, he'll say that he is happy it all did, and that he will say a quick, quick prayer of protection over Vickers as well, too. As a sort of a good luck and a bit of an additional shield for him in the, try to protect him a bit more. So he'll cast protection from evil and good on Vickers as well, because he does know that if there's anything lingering inside of him, that particular blessing should allow him to make it easy for him to shrug it off if there's something in there.
All right.
So if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by aberrations, celestial, elementals, fey, fiends, or undead, you get a new saving throw with advantage against that. Cast this spell.
Okay.
Can you roll me a charisma save with advantage?
You also have a +4 from me in that case.
Right, because you're right beside me. Right. Okay. Christmas saving throw. So that would be, well, let me reroll it, I guess. So that would be 17. Yeah.
Significantly better than your previous roll.
Yes, my Christmas save is +0, so it's quite easy to take them over.
I know this pain. I remember into Phoebus.
Yeah.
As you're kind of cleansing, like, pores over Vickers.
Yep.
Those kind of last traces of, like, ectoplasmic energy just being forced off by this.
All right. Amanus will nod. Then he will, put his hand on Vickers' shoulder and say, Vickers, you are my oldest servant, and I dare say, perhaps my only friend. What blessing I can give you as your king and your friend, I will. And as long as you remain by my side, I shall do my best to support you and to protect you as well as you protect me. God knows that you have guarded over me for many years. It seems just fair that I return the favor as a good friend and your liege.
He looks a little bit surprised, perhaps. Not expecting it, and we'll cough and say, "Thank you, my king and my friend. I I have a few more years left in me, so we'll see how that goes, shall we?"
Nods. Say, very well, Vickers. I'll see you in the council chamber for the next meeting. Now, please go and go with my blessings.
He will go.
Where are you at? And of course, as Vickers had done, informs the council about the more unusual sighting around Sorkai that he saw in the fractured images. Which, if nothing else, would probably be of interest to Ceres of the Court Magister.
Oh yes, indeed. I'd imagine so.
All right. In which case, that resolved the remainder of that bit of the downtime. Oh, people taking quickly, RB. Very well.
Sorry, I was talking to someone else. Did you ask me something?
No.
No. Okay.
It's fine.
We're just biding our time.
We're just briefly biding our time since it looks like. Okay, so Halldamir quickly stepped away for a moment.
Maybe I'll take this one for a little chat between Amanus and the Reverend Mother, because he has something he would like to bring up with her as well.
You can certainly do so.
All right. Since she's in town and all, don't want to drag the poor woman up here unnecessarily. I'm sure she has preferred to sit by a pond somewhere under a blanket.
And is going by himself though.
But yeah, Amanus will. I'm not sure exactly what the right like courtly manners are here. I feel like Amanus can call upon her to come visit, but then again, she's very old, right? Could grace her with his own presence. Might think this over for a second, then just shrug and just go visit her.
Just barge into the temple.
Yes, kick down the door.
You're doing that while she's still up in Sorkai, I take it.
Yes. He will. When he hears from Vickers that the Reverend Mother is up here in Sorkai, he will seek her out.
You head around then to the newly sanctified Snowchild Chapel. As it is.
Yes.
You of course see all the trappings of the life church being put together here, but you see the revered mother just kind of standing in the doorway, kind of supervising, kind of just watching to see how her own apprentice is doing.
Does she have a stern grandmotherly face, and does she tap her cane irritantly if someone makes a mistake?
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, Amanus will sweep forward towards her, and as he approaches, she will do a small nod of respect. Again, she's an old woman and a high priestess, and also seems fair.
She has a small smile appear on her old face as she makes a motion away from the cold doorway for you to follow.
Yep. Oh, he'll follow.
And she will take you inside. And what do I owe the pleasure?
Reverend Mother, well, first of all, allow me to express my gratitude for your personal support during the taking of Freyfrost. It is appreciated.
It was of course the church's pleasure to support. Well, clearly one destined for greatness.
Smiles slightly. Says, before I come upon my mission here, I just want to ask, out of curiosity, what your view is on the revelations about the former Inquisitor, that he had pyromaniac mages do most of his miracles and divine magics.
The revelation did not surprise me.
Odds. I see.
When you have been a member of the church for as long as I have, for when you have studied the doctrines of our faith so closely, for decades upon decades, there is little that can go without my notice when it comes to falsities of the faith.
Nods slightly again and says, your wisdom truly amazes me, Reverend Mother. Impressive. Let me then follow up with a small question to sate my curiosity. What does your divine senses detect when you gaze upon me? Do I have the divine's blessing? Smiles slightly, knowing that it is a slightly irreverent question.
She smirks. Well, you are. While I may never have picked, I would personally not have picked you as an acolyte, and by no means I don't think you follow our tenets closely by heart. Divines have indeed blessed you with an amalgam of power, to be sure.
Nods.
That's as clear as day.
It is connected to this that I wish to discuss a little bit with you. You see, I don't know if Vickers told you much regarding what we did recently, but I believe you helped him exorcise an evil spirit from a pocket watch.
That is correct. A malevolent spirit trapped there by torment.
Yes. It We found some disturbing things on our latest excursions, and I have been pondering the meaning and significance of it. First of all, we found some sort of ruin, a dwarven burrow of some kind, I believe. Traces of battle. I believe at some point elven war mages or something similar murdered the dwarven settlers in parts, causing the hauntings and a bit of restlessness among the spirits to the north. I believe we have dealt with most of it, and especially with the pocket watch, which seemed to inhabit the ghost of a small boy that we witnessed close to these ruins. Shrugs slightly. It might be worth for the church to take another sweep of the area, if you so desire. We might have missed something. But what I wanted to at least bring to your attention was what we found once we got into the lower depths of the mines and the caverns underneath all the snow and mountain. There was a place, some sort of old dwarven shrine desecrated by all accounts the goblins. And instead it was made into an unholy temple of, I believe, the demon prince of Undeath. This is what worries me.
She has a sickened look on her face at just mentioning the demon prince of Undeath. The kind of thing where if you weren't telling a story and this was any other circumstance, she may be slapping you upside the face for even mentioning it.
Yeah. The desecrated shrine had significant power. I could practically see the tendrils of it infesting the entire place. It was exercised. I did pour a lot of my power into the place to cleanse it, and I believe I did. And he also takes out like the small stone, he has at a pendant for now, and shows it to her, like laying it carefully in his hand, and say, after the deed was done, I found a case of golden light, this stone. Stones signify evil relations to the guardian spirit of the imperial family. Feeling the latent power in it, but I took it as a good sign. Now, yes.
She's clearly assessing you closely as you're saying all this. She also looks at the stone.
Now, what worries me is how the goblins were even aware of the demon prince of Undeath. I have never heard goblins worship such creatures and beings before, and the power they displayed in that altar room was, well, it was perhaps the most evil I have ever seen. It seems unlikely the goblins would be the sole source of this. So I don't know if there are more ancient worships of this kind around. There is some sort of cult or other area of significance to the demon prince around these parts. And that is what I came to you to see if there is perhaps some historical explanation for such presence.
She bites her lips slightly. She thinks for a second. The Prince of Undeath has been historically always an issue to face throughout. Well, historically has always caused issues from time to time. His cult, notoriously difficult to get rid of, for reasons we always struggle to fathom. Who would want to worship something turning you into a skeleton is beyond me. She seems a bit pointed about that, but
Mhm.
probably relating to her position as priest of death.
Yeah, exactly. He nods. Yes. Yes. To a degree. As I said, I believe the presence was exercised. But if you wish to send acolytes or someone similar to inspect the place for yourself, I'm sure I can arrange with an escort. The mines should be rather safe now, with the goblins and the undead taken care of.
Historically, if we go on to that matter, historically, I have not heard of Orcus's people having much of an influence this far north. At least not for a long time. Only once, yes, only one other time have I ever heard of Orcus's people being active this far north, at least within any living memory I know of.
I
It was. She pauses. 76 years ago. And further out to the west, closer to the Silver Isles. A noble family was tried under the church's doctrine of reaping. In essence, the church and its figureheads had become, for no other explanation, vampires. When this was discovered, of course, the church stopped at nothing until the family was removed. But since then, I've not heard much in the north from them. From worshippers orcas, that is. I always hear the occasional rumours or murmurs, of course, though most of the time this is far from untrue. It's a misburied body or a mistaken omen.
Yes. Oh. A part of the temple and the fanatical devotion of the goblins, and then the haunted pocket watch. I keep thinking that the pocket watch somehow made in the temple, or close to it. I'm not sure where it came from, and it might just be a wild guess. But the whole area seemed so permeated with undead that I felt it could not be a coincidence.
I am inclined to agree with you. I do not know the source of all this, but I would agree. A couple of wraiths, perhaps, would be possible from such events I was told about. But to have a temple of wraiths and a small entourage of ghouls is not a common sight, nor is having a shrine so powerful. Someone or something made that shrine, or desecrated it. And you are correct in thinking that no lay goblin worshippers could pull it off. Which would leave us either that there is a demon running amok, I should say, desecrating holy objects as it runs, or that we have a powerful undead nearby, worshipping and, well.
Rightly. Well, in that case, I suggest we both keep our eyes and ears open. agree to inform each other if we ever get any more clues or catch the scent of what might be afoot up here.
Agreed.
Well, thank you for your time, Reverend Mother. I shall return to my duties.
And I will return to mine. Though, you know, it would not hurt you to indulge in your radiant prayers more often, my lord.
Uh-huh. Amanus gives a small chuckle as he stalks out of the temple.
As she just watches you take your leave.
Yeah. And he will return to the claiming of Sorakai.
Gotta get that penance in.
I mean, you know, it's sort of her brand, right? She has to.
Mm-hmm.
That car salesman who just has to ask if you extra cushies.
Would you care for some of your sins to be cleansed?
I think I don't think you have enough power for that.
It may take multiple sessions.
Yes.
But with enough money and enough prayer.
Mhm. Yeah.
Enough castings of atonement. Eventually, you'll get there too.
I mean, there is that spell, right? That's like level 7 or whatever it is. Like that is like atonement. Yeah.
Well,
Sadly,
you know,
she cannot by herself cast atonement.
won't be falling anytime soon, right?
I'm
She
just.
does know. She does know who could cast atonement, but
That's the good thing about the Oath of Conquest, though. Like, it's difficult to fall from it. Really, it's generally if I am too nice, I guess, or like, yeah, if I
niceness, my affirmer.
yeah, so if I'm very forgiving, it's like, oh no, it's no problem, really.
Yes, you can take over our lands anytime.
Yeah, no, I don't mind
It's
really.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think I broken my oath at that point. Ah,
As far as I generally read it, it's, you know, Amanus would never openly surrender to something.
no. He most certainly would not. He might do a strategic retreat or advance in a different direction, but you know, he
Why
would.
do you think he was such a lush? Everyone would challenge him to drinking, and he'd be like, "No." I'm...
But yeah, that's Amanus. His little interlude.
Do we have everyone here?
I'm here.
I'm still around.
With those matters dealt with, it convenes on the council. Perhaps perhaps the final time down in Lady Eliza's court to, well, finish up this week's meeting. Sorkai will be claimed, also raising the maximum court size up to 6. Which is good. But let me move the camera. Which I already preloaded for all of you to make it easier.
Wonderful. You can heal yourself up because Amanus' gracious golden light has embraced you.
Oh yes, I forgot.
Yes. Amanus has filled you with his light.
Yeah. Feel very holy.
Do you believe?
I believe in the king.
Believe!
Hello, Rochelle.
Faith,
Sorry,
steel, and gunpowder. Hi, Rochelle.
I accidentally opened her card, but
I mean, it's pretty her, I think, to do this.
Hi!
Hi, guys.
Oh, yeah, she should be... Right, we didn't recruit her, right? Because everyone was so busy.
she's in the middle of being recruited right now by Eliza.
All right.
She's not officially part of the council right now, but like she's, Eliza's been speaking with her. She's agreeing, but of course it's going to take some time for her to settle in and actually be.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of paperwork she needs to for herself.
Yeah.
You know.
But as the council kind of meets together, though she can't really act in this meeting. Given she's in the act of joining right now, I'll have her appear for the meeting. And she will make her way in, and well, yeah, we've already discussed everything that kind of happened during this kind of period of the council. But as the group kind of convenes at the end of all of it, getting ready for the next meeting, Lord Raiden ended up calling a meeting urgently the day before the next council meeting. Specifically, though, as everyone kind of comes in and he kind of looks at everyone. Well, I can't believe we actually pulled it off, but it does appear that Sorkai is now under our control, everyone.
Hey.
You've managed to convince people to move up to that frozen hellscape, and there's even merchants up there. Which, to be honest, I thought was insane, but it worked.
Amanus swells with pride in his chair. He remembers his incredible party that he threw.
Yeah.
There'll be dwarves just pouring up here shortly after that like banger that we had.
No. With that in mind, it is only fair, though, that we should probably have a bit of, at least we've been expectations to have a bit of a opening ceremony for the new palace. Officially. Though I do know that you've already invited some nobles to look inside preemptively.
Nods.
This would also be your chance to address the people about where you see Sorkai heading.
That's very good.
It'd be my chance, actually, for any member of the council to sort of say their piece. Raiden does not sound the most enthusiastic about this, so perhaps it's because he doesn't want to make a speech.
Right.
It would also likely mean that our future meetings from here on out will be taking place in Sorkai.
Exciting.
Very, very good.
With that in mind, though, how big of a ceremony are you wanting this?
Let's look at the price list. At the menu.
Because this is a fair point. This is your chance to kind of announce Sorkai open, announce yourselves as ruling it.
Yep. True, it's true.
As your treasury has lots of money in it, a whole 320 bill points, which is nothing to sneeze at.
We love gold up here.
Mm-hmm. So the question is basically how lavish or basically like a parade kind of thing do you want to set up?
I mean, it is
Because
our...
you could go with a small, simple speech with very little frills. It'd be relatively cheap.
I think we can pour in some money at least. I mean, this is the Turkai, at least I feel, is the sort of culmination of our first big conquest of Freyfrost. Like, this is the prize that we claimed from that. And at least Amanas's instinct as a paladin of conquest is to definitely make a display of power out of it. Send out the signal that we are not to be fucked with. And he would definitely enjoy, you know, a military parade or some other similar show of force.
Well, you have some options. You know, you could certainly have a military parade. That is certainly an option. You could line the troops up and parade through the city.
Yeah.
Carrying your banner.
I want, like, you know, that Roman thing where I ride in on my horse and some, like, Arkan, like walks behind me with a laurel crown, you know, over my head.
That is an option.
Yep.
Oh god, Vicus is like...
A military parade will cost a bit of money. It's not overly expensive, but it will cost you still a decent few pennies. You do hear from one of your retainers, Persephone, that she could put on a fireworks show.
Oh my.
Yes.
Oh, that would be quite expensive, but she could do it. Alternatively, Dame Rochelle's merchant contacts, she could probably get quite a few alcohol vendors up here if you wanted. If you wanted to go all out, you could basically just have giant. You could try to arrange for Mikara to create magical projections of yourself as you give your speech.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
Each of these kind of extra flares is going to cost significantly more.
Oh yeah. Certainly.
By base, if you want to hold any kind of proper ceremony, it's going to cost at least about 40 bill points.
Yeah.
And each add-on you want to add to it will cost an additional expense.
Right.
But of course, it will send a bigger message, especially diplomatically.
Yeah.
As well as potentially making your people's morale go up.
I think we need to go big because we want to sell that the elves are like backing us without the elves actually backing us.
Exactly,
So
and if we have a show
big.
of wealth as well, as you said, it would be pretty good.
If it looks big, then it will sell that untold lie.
Yeah, if we go balls to the wall, how much are we looking for in terms of cost? Like, everything.
Let's make Raiden cry. Balls. I want to hand him the invoice and him like wince, like visibly wince at it. That's what I want.
I will say that if it's gonna be this big, Vicus will need some sort of security detail, I feel, to run, like to manage, because we're gonna have a lot of people here. So
Lizara has a sly look on her face.
Yeah.
I can keep the crowd in control. No, I will not kill the crowd.
I would never say that you would do such a thing.
I would never say that.
But if anyone starts causing a bit of a hassle, I can always throw out a couple of charm spells and lure them away.
Very good.
Amanus certainly has sort of a hungry wolfish look to his face as he will look around and say, no, this Orakai is our prize. It is a demonstration of power. It is a symbol of the Ashen Court taking control of the city, and it is to be our capital. As such, installing a king in the capital is a grand affair and should be celebrated as such. Looks over to Raiden. I want the works.
Those are the base things your council brings up our options.
All right. See here. Commemorative coins.
I like that. Can we get like Ceres's face like printed on them?
Collect all of the council members.
Yeah, collect all the council members.
Yeah, there'd be collectibles. Oh, it's funny.
Because we'll refuse.
Ceres would be very happy with that.
Well, we need the base. Yeah, we need the military parade. That's what Amanus will demand that as the least expense here. So we are looking at least 70 BP at the moment.
I think to sell our unspoken lie, I think we need the magical display.
We need a magical display.
Yeah.
I mean, the elves are known for their magic. I
All
feel
right.
like they would sell it really well.
200 plus. I mean, we could just go for it. I mean, again,
I,
we've been working on this for a long time. We need this to have impact, right? So
I'm
Yeah.
for pretty much everything except the commemorative coins because I think they are very pricey and kind of silly. But
But
don't
the
know.
point is, there will be permanent coins in circulation with your face on them.
I mean that's true.
I'm into it, man. I'm into
yeah,
it.
let's mint them.
You
Come on.
I'm
get-
so into
Get
it.
into minting immediately. Oh man, so
I'm a
that-
crypto cone.
I'm totally
yes,
into it.
Amanus coin. Start mining today.
So, well, Amanus is a platinum piece.
Yes. Then there's going to be a fierce fight. Who's going to be the gold piece?
Here's fine.
Can I suggest his Amanus on one side and his horse on the reverse?
Yes.
Majestic horse. Amanus on
The
one side
forest-
and the rising phoenix on the other, right?
Yeah,
That could
of
work.
course. The Rising Phoenix is the tails side.
There are 2 coins, the Amanus and the horse.
Amanus, of course, has to be
Separate
heads.
coins.
I mean, I have to be on the.
Yeah. You have a variety of different designs with different things on them. But
Mhm.
the point is, it is definitely a status symbol to have to print coins with your own face on them.
No. That was my
Imagine
face on coins before when I sat on the solar throne.
Now imagine it for a
It's
diplomatic
very
mission.
hard to find any coins currently with your face on them. Most of them have been
Imagine.
in circulation.
I mean,
Imagine it for a diplomatic mission. I show up like for a trade deal
Yeah.
with a bag full of coins with like Ceres's
Oh
face
my
on
god.
it.
the Radiant Queen will know about Amanus about to shoot the coins.
Exactly.
Some servants will bring
So-
these coins from the north.
Suddenly
gets
she'll like
pulled by it.
tip a waiter and then she looks at the coin and is like, wait a minute.
Where did you get this coin?
Where did you get it? I mean that's
Inquisition.
pretty good actually. All right, sure, I'm convinced. We buy everything. This is gonna be a grand goddamn display. Why
The
not?
character coins are extremely expensive, but they are if you want them.
205 bill points. Oof.
You can afford it. You'll be left for 115.
Oh man, that's very pricey. It's 2/3 of the treasury.
I mean, I can throw some extra expenses to that if you want.
I'm so into this.
You're so into this.
I'm so into this. This is so worth it.
I mean,
Oh, actually, let me see how much money I have left.
Got a
100
decent amount of money.
coins.
What can we put money into?
I mean, actually, that's a good
I mean,
point.
Bill-
Probably not.
Gold doesn't directly translate into build points,
Yeah, no, it's fair.
so it doesn't exactly work.
No,
build
that's fine.
points Build points are more about sheer resourcing and like manpower as well.
Yeah.
how much BP are we making per turn?
You are currently at 7 build points per turn.
Okay.
That's
So,
fine.
I mean,
Which,
do you remember?
Which of course, potentially might, given you're about to gain, given you're about to gain, in like one more turn's time, you're going to gain officially Dame Rochelle.
yeah.
If you put her in as treasurer
Yeah.
and move Ryden to steward, that
Uh-huh.
will up your income to 9.
All right.
Let's say 9. So it's only 23 weeks to pay off.
Like half a year. Less than half a year.
All right.
Less than half a year. Come on, that's worth it.
And of course, that's assuming your income doesn't go up from other things as well.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true,
assuming like we
yeah.
don't grab stuff, right? So
We can, maybe we impress people so much with this incredible display that we'll get generous gifts and stuff as a result of this. They'll be like, oh shit, we need to be good friends with, these people. Clearly, look at this.
You already got 3 ballistas from our party.
That's true.
Maybe beneficial
Yeah,
trade deals.
I want the ballistas
So
rolling in behind us in the parade, like North Korean missiles, like.
I mean, you have the ballistas loaded with more of the fireworks.
Yes, that will.
As they go through the fire of the fireworks.
Yeah,
So
that
cool.
won't kill like half the city at all.
No, you aim them upwards.
Uh-huh.
They're dwarven. They can do whatever they want. I'm sure of it.
The ballista bolt doesn't come down anywhere ever.
No, it's a firework. It explodes.
Oh, just going to atoms. Okay.
I don't know if atoms, but
Mild shrapnel would be fine.
Mild shrapnel is fine. That's true.
mild shrapnel.
I mean, the city's mostly stone, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Can survive some
that'll be
shrapnel.
fine.
Well, if we're gonna have a ceremony, what's the status on? Oh God, what's her name? I really need to remember her name. The nice noble woman,
Lady
the harpy.
Lady Serena Umlia de Brosi, the harpy of your court.
Yes. How is she doing with my clothes?
Well, let's see.
I think Ceres is gonna drag her into dress shop.
And then we
blah.
can have like a
How much was Bickus willing to spend?
Oh gosh, wasn't it like what was the max?
So the maximum, only because of Zed, is 100, I believe. That is ridiculously expensive, though. That's like the finest of silks at that point you're having.
Well, I think I already spent it. Let me look at D&D Beyond. It'll tell me what I took off. But I think it was. Let's see.
Yeah, Zed went.
Oh, I haven't yet actually. So I get to decide now.
How much are you willing to spend?
Well, I want her to make something that is as elegant as Zed's piece, but also practical. So, which would probably cost a bit more, right?
Not particularly for her, actually.
Okay.
If you want it to be just as stylish as Zed's, the same 100 gold piece will be fine.
What could she do with 150?
Now we're talking.
Do you
want it to be more stylish, or do you want her to add something special to the outfit?
Special.
For example, she could add either hidden pockets, making smuggling possible while wearing it.
Oh, interesting.
Or she could hide a little bit of protective plating under it, giving it some basic armor bonus.
Oh, I do like that. I would like the armor bonus. Yes. How much would that cost?
With the 50, let's see. You can have it either function as you can have either of the features for extra 50 gold pieces.
Okay. And can I get both for an extra 100, or is it just like one or the other? She can only fit one in.
You could spend 200 if you want her to provide both special features.
So good though. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. 200 gold.
She will have her best tailors from abroad help make the outfit for you.
Let's do it. All right, I spent it.
No, in fact, part of it, she's also a seamstress herself, so it helps.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel kind of bad about what like the budget I was going to offer for her to do my.
I mean, to be honest, you have. Okay, let me point this out straight to you. Vicus is really ugly, so he needs this. You don't. You don't.
It's true.
Your
Zed
natural
is also
beauty.
very old. He needs it.
Yeah.
He has no charisma.
Yeah, in that case, though, for you, this outfit, in particular, both has hidden pockets, which will give you bonuses when attempting to smuggle objects.
Okay.
And will also double as a suit of leather armor.
Sweet.
While being completely unnoticeable, it's leather armor unless someone's frisking you very closely.
Okay. That's useful. That is really useful.
On top of being an exceptionally stylish outfit made of the finest materials that she could source.
Right.
What kind of colours do you think would suit Vickers quite well?
Purple. Black, purple, red, I feel.
Ooh, okay.
It kind of goes with the banner as well.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's okay.
And if she's like, this color would go well, then I would defer to her judgment.
This would match your eyes quite well.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have particularly an outfit fully prepared, but
Of course.
it's got, as it stands. I'm sure that it's in the end it'd be something that she typically makes something. After all, her goal was something that Vickers would be comfortable wearing.
Yes.
But at the same time, is very stylish and practical in your case.
Perfect. Exactly what he wanted.
Though I was quickly scrolling through some of the art collections, I briefly saw this.
That's not bad. I just need something for his face.
There's some gold and fine jewels in there.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
All right.
Yeah, even as part of the outfit, I'm sure she could even try to put together some kind of headpiece for you.
Oh, wonderful.
If you wish to help kind of cover up the horn a bit or such. Or she can emphasize the horn if that's what you prefer.
Yeah, let's accentuate it. Why not? It's a show of his power. Why not do it?
Okay. Got to make sure you make a clear image onto her.
Yeah, onto the people. I mean, don't mess up my king.
It's fine. Tieflings are a thing, so it's not unheard of making hats for people with horns.
Yeah.
You said colors is black, purple, and red. And it's 200 gold. How about this one?
that is admittedly pretty stylish.
I mean, that's pretty stylish.
Maybe less a butterfly effect, but
No, I'm just looking at the shoes and be like, the new age shoes look a bit out of place.
I mean, they were very expensive.
They are practical.
They were. That's great.
It's not impossible.
No, it's true.
If that's the kind of thing you prefer.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it, actually, to be honest.
It's something you certainly have an opportunity to think about. It will definitely be relevant in the upcoming chapters, since I imagine you'll be reusing this super expensive outfit.
Oh, yes.
You're not making a one-time purchase.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I believe Sarah said she wanted to get involved in the whole outfit dilemma.
Sarah, my only tip for you, double or nothing. What
Halldamir? Nope.
Oh.
Halldamir?
Can you
there you are.
Yes.
I can hear you now.
Okay. It sounds weird. I could hear you guys. I could see how. Whatever. I was going to put down.
Involved in the outfit game.
Yeah, I was going to put down 250.
250.
Yeah.
Oh my. Are you going pure style, or is there some practicality you want in that as well?
What practicality do I need? I'm a sorcerer. I don't need practicality. I just
need a
factor.
A portable mist maker from your cloak, so you have like shadows all the time.
I mean, with that much money, you're putting down a small ransom on this outfit.
Yeah.
She takes some considerations, thinking what she can do with that level of budget.
It's almost a diamond. No, almost a
Um,
diamond.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you can have like a diamond tiara as part of this.
No, I mean it's almost like a resurrection diamond.
I know, but you can certainly buy having like a diamond tiara as part of the outfit at this point.
Yeah. Like I'm sure looking at Ceres in that outfit
Or-
would bring some
or if
people
you want-
back to life.
If you wanted to have some furs involved or something, you could always have like griffin feathers involved in it with that kind of money. She has contacts.
No, you need authentic phoenix feathers.
Ah.
Phoenix down.
Or what she does say she could do for you, given the sheer amount you're willing to spend on it, Halldamir. I hope Haldamir's not disconnected again, like he did before, but Halldamir,
I will speak for Halldamir to say that he's willing to spend anything.
excellent.
He's already spent 250.
That's what you put on the table, which is certainly took your tailor back a bit. Like that's a lot of money.
Taylor is the richest man in Freyfrost at the moment.
Yeah, Lady Serena, given that much money put on the table though for something, I think she could try to speak to some foreign merchants about getting what she's heard of as Fay Weave Cloth.
Oh, Fay Weave.
Oh wow.
Oh, hello.
I'm into it. I'm into that.
Nice.
This rare fiber woven from plants directly harvested out of the Fey Wilds has the unusual property of changing color when exposed to elemental energies.
Ooh.
Isn't Ceres elemental energies like?
Indeed, in Ceres's case, given she's an Elandrin, as she changes her mood, the outfit would very likely change color with her.
That's I've always wanted that. That's so cool.
It's hyper expensive, but you'll put 250 gold on the table, so she can probably do that actually.
Nice. This is so worth it.
You would have had to inform her a few weeks ago that you wanted this, at least a few months.
Okay, for enough money, she can expedite things. Come on. What do I pay her for?
She will do her best, but as it stands, this cloth is not easy to get a hold of, as you understand.
Well, if I don't use it for the opening ceremony, I can use it for the ball.
Yes. I mean, as it stands, if you would like to, you can say that you already thought of this in advance and already gave her the money for it. So she's already gone ahead and made it.
Well, I mean, if you look at the gilded thing that I have, I believe there is actually like...
I believe something like this was something you mentioned.
There was something I put in there in like one of the first sessions was like clothes that changed with her moods. So, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Well, that's basically what she can work on in essence.
Yeah.
What kind of thing would Ceres go for? Would she go for like a super elegant long dress?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Imagine like, yeah, evil Elsa.
Evil Elsa. Let's go.
Yeah.
You
You have like an ombre at the end, so like it changes color, but like a darker shade as you get down, or is it just dark and darker as you go down?
I think dark and darker.
Yeah.
As part of this as well, of course, your outfit would have several jewels embedded into it.
Of course.
You're a walking mana battery.
And some gold and maybe some gold or silver seams, depending on what you prefer color-wise.
Oh man, that's difficult. Probably silver to match the wintry vibe. The ice vibe that she's got going on.
Yeah, seeing the fabric in front of you, it's actually really interesting. But it's almost at base, it's almost just like slightly translucent, shimmering. It's kind of slightly translucent but shimmering fabric. But almost as it kind of contacts anything, its color kind of quickly changes as it kind of absorbs the just passive magic in the air.
That's really cool.
Oh wow, that is quite the outfit. And I see you took her up with the griffin feathers.
Yeah. Dark Cold Blues.
Oh my.
I'm just saying, 250 gold pieces for a single dress is pretty exorbitant.
Yeah.
You know.
Pretty
That's like, what,
price
quarter of
tag.
a plate mail?
Oh, Star Steel, right? Like meteoric iron plate mail.
Yeah.
That's like Cruella de Vil, like look.
I mean, he went
Yeah.
evil, so.
yeah, no, it's definitely definitely a power dress, you know.
She can join Auntie Makara walking into battle with high heels.
High heels and a fur boa.
Yeah, Auntie Makara's going in like pure white boa though.
Yeah.
Like pure black.
Yeah. See, these magical ladies. I mean, yeah, compared to all of this, gosh, Amanus is gonna look pretty ratty, you know, compared to all of this exorbitance.
Obviously, Amanus is of course going to have his armor and shield like shined the best as possible.
Yeah. You know, Arkland is polishing that already, and is gonna keep polishing it until.
I imagine the shield also having your coat of arms freshly reapplied to the front of it.
Oh yes, I want to be able to see my mirrored reflection on my armor.
Would you have like the royal family's crest on the front of your shield? Would you be having the phoenix on the front of the shield?
It will be a 2-fielder, I think, with the royal crest and the phoenix. The phoenix on top, as that is his current form, so to speak, and then so on the top split of the shield will be the phoenix, and on the bottom one will be the coat of arms,
Okay.
in a sort of diagonal fashion. You know, when it's like split on the diagonal. Yeah.
I mean, if you want money, you can sell the scroll. The 50 scroll. That's 5,000 gold.
5,000?
Yes, to craft a scroll of level 5 is 5,000 gold.
Right, but you probably wouldn't sell it for full price, though.
Yeah, but you know, if you want an armor, that's why I hinted at it for you last time.
True.
You know, we'll keep the scroll for now because I feel it's very precious.
Scrolls of brains dead do not come by frequently.
No.
So we'll keep it in the bank for now, but yes, if we suddenly need cash, that's the one. I mean, I could spend some money with some like decorative inlays and stuff in the armor, but Amanus is not. There's a fine line between military posturing and opulence. You know what I mean? And he doesn't want
just spikes.
More spikes and demon faces.
Skull of my dead enemy.
You've got to intimidate all those in the crowd.
Yeah.
Games God.
But I suppose inlaying his full plate with some filigree and maybe a spike or two would be something.
That is certainly something that could be done relatively inexpensively, but it would certainly make your armor much more, you know.
Yeah.
Certainly step it up by at least a step in the pageantry department.
Yeah, I guess something like that. I'm willing to spend upwards of, well.
You do not need to meet that which all your companions do.
No, I won't. But if I want like a bit of like gold, platinum, or like mithril filigree, to sort of spruce up the armor a little bit. Some of that, some of the royal colors, some of the Ashen Court colors, sort of intermingled. How much would that be? 50 gold, 100 gold?
50 gold could cover some basic decorative work for your armor like that.
Right. I mean, you know, he's a conqueror, right? So he's more of a warrior than a noble. And
it's fine. It's fine. You can accessorize with a greatsword.
Yep.
But you need to conquer those ladies to marriage.
Well, I mean,
you can do it anyways. You have high charisma.
It's true.
Yeah, if it's The king certainly does not need to compensate.
No. Me and my plus 11 charisma save over here.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Also, I feel bad for any creature trying to possess you with plus 11 charisma save.
I'm pretty difficult to possess.
That's a kind of ludicrously high saving.
I'll spend 50 gold to just, spruce up the armor to make it parade worthy.
Very well. As a bonus, Lady Eliza's personal smith will also embellish your horse's saddle with additional glory as well.
Oh yes, very important.
As well as giving your horse a phoenix tabard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Good old Glory is gonna get spruced up as well. Still need to work on that horse plate mail, but we'll get there.
As well as, of course, your apprentice will also have be given appropriate tabard.
Oh yeah. He'll give a nice gambeson or something to have,
appropriately showing your colours.
Yes, of course, and he needs to ride behind me, with the laurel and all that stuff.
Carrying your banner for you, your standard bearer.
Yes, exactly. Got to work on those stomach muscles there, Arkland, because you're going to be carrying that for a while.
To say the least, it sounds like a magnificent show has been prepared.
Oh yeah.
So, final confirmation: are you spending the house on display?
Seems we are. Yeah.
Yes.
We're making this into a real barnstormer.
Okay. Okay. I subtracted the 205 gold from the treasury.
Yep.
205 gold points treasury.
Oh boy.
Which I'm just curious. I need to look in my own notes how much 205 gold points is worth. But that is an insane amount when you.
Oh, it's supposed to echo through the ages, right? Really make a statement. Maybe with that we can be like, oh yeah, we just fill the treasure with these commemorative coins, and as soon as like any trader comes in, we pay them in the commemorative coins, so we can start spreading them.
I mean, that's basically what you can start doing. Yes.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of upfront costs that you're having to just mint your own coins. It's like, wait, what? You don't really have the infrastructure for minting commemorative coins. So
bring up the foundries.
Yeah, you kind of need people to make custom molds and like. At some point you actually have a mint, and then you can just make coins whatever you want to. But amazing dashing and hidden Laverana.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vickers.
Of course.
Very well though. The day comes around. What you bear witness to, looking out over the city of Sorkai, it's crowds and crowds of people having gathered, lining the streets all the way from your new palace, all the way, just kind of wrapping down to the market that you built, wrapping around the tower, across the bridge, and to the gatehouse. Don't need that music at the moment. That's the door to play. But that was the route you were suggested to head to the city.
Yep.
Means you kind of circle through the market that's down here, past the spire as well. And of course, eventually end up over at your new palace. Also, that's some glorious armor for Amanus posted by Isaac.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Actually, really good picture of him. Maybe as he could have been in his younger days. Or yeah.
Oh, wow.
Or what he could be in the future. Who knows?
You look like that in the future. I mean,
yeah.
Let's see if I can find
Youngering spells.
Exactly. Yes, there are potions. Oh gosh.
As the parade begins to move forward, you immediately see many people kind of all line up, attempting to watch as Amanus goes past, followed by his apprentice, followed by his court, all on horseback. All in your rather glamorous outfits.
Oh yes. As you kind of move through the street, many of the commons immediately line up. Many of which you recognise, faces inspired by your powerful words. Many others rallied by inspiring Bard's tale. You see many of the larger and more fine houses already starting to be moved into by nobles who have been made rather excited by the proposition of a new city being built from the ground up. As you cross the bridge in the central part of Sorkai, surrounded by the beautiful lake and the waterfall running down into it, upon the bridge is a familiar face, currently playing his lyre with a small gaggle of other bards. Yeah.
Rodrigo.
All right, I sent him out. I paid him a lot, I believe, and sent him out.
Let's go.
As Rodrigo is clearly the one providing the music right now.
Oh yes, clearly. Can you lower the music a little bit? It seems like
you can yourself go to the
no,
music
but every
thing.
time it loops, it seems to sort of kick back up. It seems for me.
Oh, not for me.
It does for me. I don't know.
It will keep an eye. It's about to loop in a second, so
Yep.
jump
Alright. I'll load it on my end. Yep, there we go.
We'll see.
Overpower our voices in the recording.
Yes. You head past the Sorkai spire, the glamoured building, just covered in these kind of beautiful crystal-like displays. Sculptures of various creatures, mystical and far, kind of all line the outside of the tower. Though once it was all covered in pure ice and frozen solid, now the building can be seen in its pure kind of glowing glory. Though a faint shimmer of magic kind of runs up the top embers of it, clearly releasing the power, keeping the whole city warm.
Ooh.
Next, as the procession moves, it moves through the newly set up market. Market stalls fill the area. Many traders from all about having come to try and set up business up here, try to capture this new city within its grasp. There are those from the local area selling fresh meats and fresh vegetables. There are others, however, selling more exotic goods, jewelry, fine silver, all in hopes to entice the more rich population here. You see off just in the background on the far end of it, the temple which has been established for the Radiant Church. With all of its various orphans all kind of lined up against the procession wall to watch as the king goes past.
Oh yes. Needless to say, perhaps, but the halo is definitely shining. Is a bright silvery light. Let's just go on. It is showing his divine ordainedness. As
you continue moving through the city streets, you see various various of the peddlers around arranged by Dame Rochelle, giving out free alcohol to all those enjoying the festivities.
Yes.
It's great.
You having a few toasts raised by a group of dwarves by their newly built embassy.
Oh, yes.
And your tossing. Continue to weave your way through. You see many familiar faces, many of those from the military camps, many others from more of your personal sort of contacts and friends, Lady Eliza's people. Even the face of Sir Bolton and Sir Gillian in the crowd. And even that of many of the scolds. Remarkably of all, actually, as you begin to kind of turn and head into the main kind of gate area over here, you even see, sitting on the sidelines in a kind of well put up tent, actually. You see the scolding mother having. It looks like she's come up here as well to watch the festivities.
All right.
Sitting there with many of her followers around her and her apprentices nearby. As your horses all kind of line up and begin to circle to take their positions. As soon as Amanus dismounts and his foot touches the ground, suddenly a loud explosion can be heard as up above the beautiful fireworks like snowflakes and one like a bird all kind of set off in the sky above. All being fired off from all around the city's perimeter, creating this beautiful display of lights up in the sky. One of which depicting this kind of ginormous crown.
That's great.
The crowd is in absolute awe during this. And it's as the display comes to its ending, and I suppose Amanus would step up towards the podium of it all, seeing a massive crowd having gathered, only being held back by the guards who are desperately making sure they don't cause a riot by accident.
Yes.
In the backdrop, you may or may not see your one missing advisor, who did not join you in the parade, slowly coaxing people away with her charm spells.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing. As Amanus steps up towards the platform, behind him, what ends up appearing is a massive illusionary version of Amanus, kind of like his upper torso, kind of gleaming out from the top of almost where the building should be behind. Copying his every motion, as Makara begins to weave her illusion spells, along with the help of a few other mages that she's managed to briefly get the assistance of, including a certain apprentice, to keep the illusion running. Giving you the opportunity to give your speech, projected wide and largely to everyone who you wish to give it to.
But I haven't prepared a speech.
You don't, as a player, you won't. But what kind of things was there anything in particular Amanus would press upon?
Yes, I've. Damn it! I wish I had known this, and I would have tried to prepare a proper speech. But in lieu of that, I will try to describe what Amanus will try to touch upon here. He will begin pretty much by saying that he comes before them as a savior, and a savior from the strife and the chaos of recent events and times. He is a bringer of stability. He is a bringer of justice and righteousness. He is a man who was once flawed, a man who was once cast aside, but has risen like the phoenix from the ashes, reborn, glorious, potent, and destructive against his enemies and the enemies of all good people within Freyfrost and within the Empire at large. He will warn against the perils of our time, wobbling noble houses, rampant ambitions among sects of people who does not wish the true best for the Empire and the Celestial Throne. He will remind that he was ordained, he is chosen by heaven itself to bring glory and prosperity to the Empire and to its people. And he intends to do just that. The devastation brought by the Empire's enemies in recent times are self-evident. Blood elves running rampant across the lands, insane inquisitors employing sacrilegious magic for their own gain and to cover up their own dark heart and shame. And, as unimaginable as all of this has been, these are the signs of our time. And therefore, the time has come for all the Empire and its citizens to rally to a new banner. Because in unity lies strength, and already many of the dissident factions in Freyfrost itself has joined, and out of the many we shall forge an indivisible whole, capitulating only to a single throne. From that throne, Amanus shall watch over you all. Good.
As you kind of complete that speech, you actually see the revered mother step forth from the sidelines, holding what is, well, most certainly the crown that was made for Sorkai. As she takes her steps forward to, as a member of the church, formally anoint you to your position.
Ooh.
Yes.
as she offers to put the crown out on your head.
Amanus will, respectfully go down on one knee, I suppose. I'm trying to remember.
That would be tradition.
Yes, that is what he does then.
As you're acknowledging that, the divines are what give you your power. So
yeah.
As she will place the crown on your head, as she will nod for a moment.
Yep.
And now I announce you, Count Amanus of the Highlands. Long may you reign.
Yeah.
And the crowd basically just starts repeating her.
Amanus will raise up.
Long may he reign.
He will look sternly over the crowd, drinking in the adulation of everyone here. Let it wash over him and let the pride within him swell. This is something they've all worked for, and he feels it. He feels it indeed. He will let this go on for a minute or two, and then he will raise his hand slightly to be able to speak shortly again. Then he will say, "From this day forward, let no citizen make war upon any other citizen. Let no imperial agency conspire against this new beginning, and let no one consort with enemy powers. And to all the enemies of the Empire, seek not to bar our way, for we shall win through, no matter the cost."
There is cheering, clapping, jubilation throughout the crowd. Certainly, what you've done here is impactful. I would also like to ask, could you please provide me a diplomacy roll?
I can.
With circumstantial modifiers, you're going to have advantage on this.
All right, awesome.
And also a miscellaneous plus 15 on this roll.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, wow.
All right, well.
You did
Right.
purchase the house.
I did. Bring up this. The natural
as well.
19.
Might as well roll again. See, you never know.
I suppose it could be a 20. It's a 20!
Oh my God, no way.
Jesus Christ! 46!
I told you.
20
I
plus
told you
15
to
is
roll again.
42. But yes.
Oh, 42.
Beautiful.
That's amazing. That's just...
You're welcome.
Yes. Sorakai blows up, I guess. I don't know what happens.
History will remember this day.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant.
That's going to have some diplomatic repercussions. A natural 20. Oh boy.
Nat 20 and plus 15 for 42. I mean, you know, even the Solar Throne might be like, what was that? I felt a shiver, you know? Something.
The weave trembles.
Yeah, exactly. Reality sort of, you know, shook a little bit.
Maybe it was the gods above.
Off in the distance, a couple of angels are scrying on you right now.
What was that?
To say the least, the festivities, that wasn't really Amanus' intention, and you didn't really fund it for this. But somehow, despite like the free booze running out relatively quickly, and there being no more fireworks show, no more parade, and just commemorative coin to give out, somehow your celebration lasts for about 5 days.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, no matter how many times you try to stop the people, they keep partying.
Well then.
I mean, from a popularity contest point of view, it's great. For those in charge of your security, it's an absolute nightmare. But it's
No, it's our problem. It's fine.
You know, Amanus is very pleased. All of his endeavors in recent times have gone as well as they possibly could. He feels now more than ever that he's on the right track. Like that his divine mandate is just clear to him now. Like it is so obvious that he has the backing of higher powers at this point. Like he's just confident in a way that he has not been in, well, ever really. And just, yeah, I mean, he felt truly inspired during that speech, and he just felt like everything went as well as it could have been. Like he's slightly dazed with himself, really, for all of this. I don't think I've ever seen that high of a diplomacy check I have a check ever in 5e, really.
miscellaneous modifiers go high.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, woohoo indeed. Yay.
So, turns out a bit of a spending spree is now going to start going on the next couple of days in the city.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Temporarily, you have a morale buff on your income.
Yes.
Huh?
Oh, yes. Fervent spending. People are like, Jesus Christ.
Oh wow.
Buy everything.
That's insane.
For the next couple of turns, you've gone from 7 to 17.
Those coins.
I love gold. Send out all the tax collectors.
I mean, well, this will certainly help recoup some of the costs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I think at this moment, with all this glorious partying,
Mhm.
there is no better spot we could end this. I think
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
this shall be the final point to end kind of this year's festivities for us as players as well as characters.
Here's
Yay.
here's the question, Dark. Do we level up?
I'm afraid the answer is still no.
Damn it! Even a
For Christmas.
42 couldn't do
Can
it.
it be Christmas gift?
I am sorry, I'm not giving you the Christmas gift whole level.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Oh, and that's good. I mean, you know, Amanus has a throne to sit on.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm. You have an official title now.
Yes, official title. I'll reclaim the rest of them. I still have that on a paper somewhere.
Yes, you can reclaim the rest of them. For now, you have one of your titles.
There you go.
Technically, it's a title that even your sister never had. So
It's true.
it's good progress.
Yeah,
Now you just need to claim the rest of them.
it's true. It's true. But yeah, no, like an actual throne that we earned through conquest is fulfilled its oath.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so pleased.
As it stands, this was, of course, our last session for this year.
Yep.
Due to Christmas, holidays, New Year's.
Yeah.
We will pick up at some point in January
Mm-hmm.
when everyone is available again.
Yep. I will. I'm not sure exactly how my January looks, but January is generally one of the busiest months of the entire year for me. But it is easier to play than to DM. So I should be available, but I'm just giving sort of a bit of a heads up because it might be so crazy that I just, fall asleep.
We can discuss it after Christmas.
Yeah.
And we'll figure out when we're going to reconvene exactly.
Yes.
When we reconvene, we'll reconvene back with the boring paperwork, unfortunately.
Oh.
Though to my understanding, one of the first things I know our diplomat's going to want to do now she's free is probably activate the ball.
Yes,
Indeed.
I believe so.
So chances are you'll be very quickly going to Silver Moon Ball within the first couple of sessions.
Yeah.
I mean that whoever runs that ball is going to be somewhat intimidated. It's like, good lord, like the party people from Sorakai is coming here. Jesus Christ, they're going to just lay waste.
I'll suddenly say one thing, because there is like a check to see if people have even heard that you're around,
Yeah.
or like heard what you're up to. Yes, your neighbors have heard what you're up to.
Indeed.
I'll say.
You're going to be recognized. That's for sure. Is that a good thing or not? Who knows? But it's definitely a thing.
Yep.
Certainly a night no one will forget. But for now, that will end this year's adventure.
Hey.
Yay. It's fun.
Yes. That ended. I'm shocked, like absolutely shocked about that ending.
If you don't already have inspiration, take inspiration.
Can I have double? Can I have?
No.
I had an inspiration from last session. I was like, I'll use it for a reroll if I have to, right? In case I rolled bad, but 19 and 20.
No, yeah. This was just ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous. I like 42. It like that's celestial levels. Like I imagine, like even like a divine being would be like, huh. Well, that was
The commemorative coins helped.
yes, the commemorative coins did it. Yes, pushed it over 40. Yep, take care, Halldamir. I'll catch you later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right. Now I need to go on Pinterest for the first time ever to look at clothes.
I have been doing that for the last 2 hours.
I'm sorry there wasn't a lot for you, Isakama, today.
I mean, I'm happy. I'm just happy to watch it as a fan.
As I said, though, there wasn't a lot to involve you today because we had a relatively shorter session today.
I mean, I don't care.
Yeah. We focused on you quite a bit the previous session with some of the slime hunt. This was a session more focused on Vickers and the King.
Yeah. It was so great. I was just listening, going through Pinterest and thinking, could I kill those goblins in the creek? That was my whole thing.
Yes.
As it stands, the next couple of sessions, once we get back into it, we'll certainly have a lot more for everyone to do, especially given it looks like our next couple of sessions going forward are probably going to involve us heading to the Silvery Isles.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
Which, of course, means you're going to have a combination of investigations to do over there and a massive noble ball.
Hey.
Exciting.
I'm looking at one of those in an interpretation.
Unfortunately, you have to be involved in both of them.
Yes.
Oh, well.
I'm not sure which one Vickers will prefer.
I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
After all, you now have a new stylish outfit to show off.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, all of us have, but you got them double spender.
It's fine. I need the advantage more. So
I mean, the point is his outfit is just as stylish as your outfit is.
Yep.
I mean, is it? I think it's more stylish.
No, he spent more money, but all the extra money he spent over yours was purely for like
functional purpose. Yeah.
That's not style.
So we're the same. I just have extra
Halldamir
special
severely
features.
overspent in the style department. Halldamir was 250 gold pure style.
Yeah.
Halldamir is in different scale.
But that's good because now we can like get a vial of like purple worm poison for you to smuggle in and put in someone's drink that we don't like.
Also it stands. Given that Halldamir is your diplomat, kind of makes sense that he's going to go over the top with
Yeah, I mean after this like display of power and just ostentatiousness, he needs to show up in that look.
the bar is now set really high,
incredibly high.
But with all that in mind, I'm going to head off for the evening. I'm kind of tired after today.
Too much excitement.
Yes.
I was gonna say, Dark. Now every diplomatic mission is gonna be back when we played the Throne of Night. Like 9 BP for every diplomatic mission. Gonna arrive like Prince Ali from Aladdin every time.
I mean, if you need elephants, I can make them. Come here.
I mean, I will certainly say I'm going. That role is going to have some massive implications on the diplomatic scale.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's great.
All right, guys.
All right, folks. If we don't chat, but we probably will, enjoy your December. But I'm sure we'll check in anyway.
Happy Christmas and New Year.
Yep.
Yes, same to you guys.
Everyone enjoy your holidays.
We will. Yes. And
I look forward to seeing all the outfits shared in chat.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
We will.
We also got to dress the king up for the upcoming ball.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we do.
Good lord. I'll catch you later, guys. Good night.
Take care, guys.